So this is the Scorpion SPW 100. I bought this from Masters for about $65, I think. And this lance I bought as well. Cost about, I think, $30 or $40. So about $110, $120 for the whole thing. The lance goes in through like a key system. Hang on, I can just figure it out. Basically, you push it up, rotate it, it comes out. So it's pretty cool. And that keeps it in there firm. And for grime, when you do it, this is what it does. Bearing in mind this whole setup costs me about $110. So the reason why I bought the JetUSA pressure cleaner was to upgrade it because I had a lot of this stuff to do over a short period of time. So I'll just pause the video for a second and I'll go get the JetUSA and I'll show you what that pressure cleaner does. So as I showed before with the other one, how it's as simple as putting on and turning it. It was a bit stiff because the Scorpion one's a little bit older. To change the attachment on the JetUSA pressure cleaner, you have to actually unscrew this thing here. Take that off, get water all over yourself, put it in a holder thing, and then get the other attachment. The point of this attachment, the point of this demo, is that the lance here, the turbo lance, is the same lance that's attached to Scorpion's pressure cleaner over there. The idea of a turbo lance is that it lets you have a higher pressure than what you usually would have because there's a thing in there that spins around and shoots water out. It works very well on the Scorpion, mind you, bearing in mind that whole thing over there only costs about $120. This thing here costs about $329 on special, including shipping. So yeah, so to put that on there, it's like that, and then you have to use both hands, otherwise the thing will slip off. Like that, so that's all on now. And also as well, obviously the size is significantly more different. This weighs about, I'd say, 10 times as much as the Scorpion pressure cleaner. And yeah, let's see what it does. Bearing in mind this costs literally 3 times as much as the blue pressure cleaner. So, as you can hopefully see in the video there, even though the water's a little bit in the road, the JetUSA pressure cleaner does not do what it says it will do on the box. Unfortunately, my blue Scorpion pressure cleaner, which, as I'll say again, costs $120 with the lance, does a much better job of this kind of thing than what the JetUSA does. I've got no idea how this is even possible. Apparently, the JetUSA pressure cleaner has over 1,000 PSI on top of what the Scorpion has. And I mean, the thing is that even if you look at this here, and you think, oh yeah, that's a comparable job, it should be 3 times better than that for the amount of money. And for the pressure this thing puts out, it should be stripping back the grime off this concrete, and it's just not. So, if you're looking at this pressure cleaner on eBay, and you think, oh yeah, it looks like a pretty sweet deal, my advice, don't. Save the money up and just get something that will actually do what you want it to do. So this patch here is the patch that we did with the JetUSA pressure cleaner, and this patch here is the patch that we did with the Scorpion pressure cleaner. As you can see here, you can see back to concrete in pretty much all the patch where I've hit. And here is some concrete, but some greenery, moss, whatever you want to call it. So for apples to apples comparison, the end result, even if you look here, you can see the clear lines where the turbo lance has rotated and has cleaned up around the edges, whereas here, this edge is a lot more softer. So just to demonstrate that it's not an issue with this bit of grime being more tough than this bit of grime, I'm going to hit it with the Scorpion pressure cleaner and show you what it does. Bearing in mind, this cost a third of what the JetUSA pressure cleaner cost. So I would say, with comparable effort with the Scorpion, we've totally cleaned that concrete. To get the same result on the JetUSA pressure cleaner, I would say it would probably take me about 2 to 3 times as long and probably a lot more water. For some reason, the Scorpion seems to produce a much higher pressure of water to actually clean the concrete, whereas the JetUSA just simply falters. I'm not quite sure why this is. I mean, from looking at the advertising material, it was up to 2 to 3 times as powerful as the Scorpion on paper. So I'm going to try and get a refund for this, because I don't believe that it was marketed with what it actually did in mind. I don't think it's fit for purpose, fit for what I'm trying to do with it, which is essentially just clean the concrete. It should have been on paper 3 times as powerful as the Scorpion pressure cleaner, but looking at that, it's probably about 75 to 80% as powerful.